Hello and welcome to what is probably going to be my first ever episode of this weird new car series video thing that I would like to do. It's hopefully going to feature some friends, Dennis and Paynos. You may have met them before in previous vlogs and videos and stuff. But this whole video is pretty much dedicated towards the Scirocco. Now, you may remember this clip from a video from Paynos, but it's changed a little bit. So what I have here is a 2010 VW Scirocco. It's the 2-litre TSI. It's covered around about 80,000 miles when I brought it. I picked this up for £8,000, which left me a little bit more to have some fun with. This car has had a few different modifications, hopefully not too much that I've riced it up. Although the exhaust is pretty loud with a Miltech downpipe decat, it has had a resonator delete. It's basically had a spare bit of tube welded in there, and it's also got the Remus back box, which sounds pretty nice. But unfortunately, overall, it does have a little bit of drone whilst inside the cabin, which is something I'm going to hopefully pack out in the future, and you'll see how I do that in a future episode. With its extremely loud exhaust, luckily enough, it kind of lives up to it with the performance as well. Just about. It's kicking out 290-ish brake horsepower from a Stage 2 remap. It has its full induction kit by Pipercross and also has the Miltech downpipe required to perform a Stage 2. Maybe in the future I could go for Stage 3 with like a hybrid turbo or something, or maybe even look at a big turbo, but that does sound a little bit ridiculous on a front-wheel drive car. Or I could look at maybe an all-wheel drive conversion. Either way, there's so many mods and future opportunities I could do with a car such as this as a project. Alright, ignore the fat belly. Today, oh god, you can see the boobs as well. This is terrible. Worst idea for what I was going to wear. Today we did a little bit of filming, a little bit of like a photo shoot. Dennis and Paynos were there. We did a little bit of filming, got some footage. Super excited. So much drone. Had the resonator removed. Love it, but it does drone a lot as well, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. But first of hopefully what is going to be many YouTube videos, YouTube series, I'm excited to say the least. I know Paynos and Dennis have been doing loads of stuff surrounding cars, videos, stuff lately, and something that I would love to get into and love to do more of. And as my car slowly gets upgraded, and gets a little bit more interesting, a bit more fun, and we'll hopefully do a bit more in the future with it. Already sounds quite good. It's got the Remus back box with the Remus muffler, so it's got the cheeky little quad tips. It's got the cheeky little quad tips. It has had a resonator delete. It's been decatted. 290 brake horsepower now. It's obviously had it's had a stage 2 as well. So that decat was a Miltech downpipe. It's got a pipe across induction kit, intake, whatever you want to call it. Stage 2 remap. Standard it was 210. Stage 1 I believe it was 260-ish, and stage 2 should be around about 290-ish. Haven't had it dynoed yet though, but hopefully dynoing it is something I would love to do in the future, and then I'll know exactly how powerful it is. I want it to break 300. That's what I want. That's what I want to get it to. 300 plus. I know 290 is pretty much the same, and having 300 is going to make no physical difference. But it's bragging rights, isn't it? It's all about the bragging rights, and that's all you care about. Whilst my car was busy getting photographed at the event, Dennis very kindly let me take his Mini for a spin.
How's that?
This is a lovely little car, mate.
Yeah?
It feels so nippy.
Yeah?
It literally sounds lovely.
Awesome, man.
I love it, mate. It's a really, really nice car.
So verdict out of 10?
I don't know, because it feels so much lighter than my car. It feels so much more responsive. Like when I put my foot down, it's like... It's a bit weird getting used to your clutch though, because mine's very much on, and I had to like lift up.
Yeah.
So I apologise if you smell the clutch a little bit.
Yeah, I can smell it.
It feels so nippy.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Little go-kart, innit?
I was more scared to put my foot down in this than my own car. Mine's got like an extra 80 brake. I'm genuinely really impressed. It's scary. I feel like this thing would be so fun around a little track.
I think the things with these is like you feel it in your chest more when you put your foot down. It's like that shove you get more with these just straight away, isn't it?
I love the little the blow off noise as well. The dump valve you got.
No, it's just the airbox.
Oh, is that it?
That's literally just there's no valve.
It's got like a really nice kind of blow off noise to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because I've had an upgraded diverter valve, and yours sounds better. God damn it. I do love the sound of Dennis's exhaust. It crackles loads. It sounds glorious. You obviously won't be able to hear it now over the drone of my exhaust, but trust me, it sounds good. So, if you don't know, Dennis has a John Cooper Works Mini. I don't know, I'm not really clued up on the whole Minis. I believe it's like an R36 or something around that sort of thing. I think it's 210 or 220 brake horsepower stock standard. He's obviously, I believe he brought it lowered. It had the resonator already removed, so it sounds amazing. It sounds like a brilliant little car. I had to drive it earlier for the first time as well. I absolutely loved it. It's nippy as shit because it's so light. It felt like, I don't know. I'm used to driving VWs, isn't I? Built like a tank. Steering's like a tank. Steering's a bit heavier. In the Mini, the steering's very light. It feels so responsive. It's such a nippy little car. I feel like it would be so fun to drive around, like a little bit of like a little like dirty rally stage or something. Paynos has a Cupra. I think it's a Cupra R or some sort of Cupra basically. I think it's a 1.8 turbo. I think Dennis is a 1.6 turbo, or it might be 1.8. I'm not sure now. I think mine sounds the best though, right? I agree. Yeah, Paynos has a Cupra. I think he's had that as a stage 1 remap, and it's kicking out 210 or 220 brake. I remember him saying that Dennis's at standard is the same as his with a stage 1 map. I don't know how, when I think Dennis's engine is smaller, Unless it's the other way around. I'm not too sure now. Can't quite remember. I honestly don't know. So one thing that's been really bugging me about this car is I love the way it sounds now. I love the raspiness of the exhaust. It sounds grunty, it sounds meaty. But the drone is horrendous. Like, I went to go pick my girlfriend back from her house because she's moved in with me now. And on the way there, I got a little bit annoyed with the drone. On the way back, we were getting even more annoyed with the drone. Kind of when you're cruising like 60 miles an hour, and all you're hearing is this drone noise going. It sounds horrendous. So, I think what I might try and do is see if I can buy some like soundproofing stuff to kind of have in the boot. Put in the bottom of the boot liner, and hopefully it won't pick up the noise as badly. If I can reduce the sound of the drone inside the car, I'd be happy, because like I've had I let Dennis drive it earlier, and he did a drive by kind of like 30 miles an hour, kind of cruising, then accelerated, and you don't hear the drone externally from the car at all. It's just inside the car, and you don't want that because it sounds horrendous. I could probably deal with it, but it's the girlfriend that won't deal with it. She's the one who will moan. And I gotta keep her happy because she's my world, so. One thing I may have forgot to mention whilst at Devoted Media's meet, there were Subarus. Okay, that's enough of the Subarus. Back to the Scirocco.
Oh, mate! What? What? Jesus. Look what you've done, mate. That's what you've done. That's... I think there's actually a mixture of people shooting guns as well, like, but you can't tell the difference. Mate.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, he's an happy boy. He's heard that his car is the most obnoxious thing in the world. Hey, if you can't have a little bit of fun. Mine's too quiet now. I think I need to do the same.
So, for £8,000, maybe a few £1,000s extra for mods, you can buy a 2-litre TSI Scirocco, cheaper than an R still, outperforms an R, and you know what? I bloody love it.